So I've been onto Google image search and I've found an image that I want in my game. And now if I put this into tiled and I go to here, I add a new tile set, I browse to that image or whatever, it's clearly going to be way too big for this. And if I was to then draw it, so in a way that maybe I'd draw it like often you grab like a whole bunch of these and then you can draw in one go. So that's what I'd have to do with my big dinosaur image. But then it would be imported as a whole bunch of little sprites rather than one big sprite. So that's a problem and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have, get rid of that. I'm going to have each of these here, you see I've put onto a dinosaurs layer. This is my dinosaurs layer and each one of those is on there. And they're going to be replaced with my big lovely dinosaur. So let's go and look at what I've done in the folder. So firstly, in the folder you can see I've got the Python file, I've got my dino image and I've got my map. In my program, this is one that I've just repurposed from somewhere else. And I've already kind of done this with the moving platforms, but so this is actually a really useful example for this. So I can copy and paste this line, which is just doing a process layer, and I'm going to call it my dino list. Dino list. And I'm going to import from the dinosaurs layer. Don't want any typos. So that's my dino list, and that will not, that's just a kind of placeholder. That's all of those tiny little torches that were in there. So what I'm now going to do is a loop. I'm going to say for dino in dino list, and I'm going to create a sprite. And creating a sprite, I'm going to reuse this stuff here. So I'm just going to actually grab all of that lot, put that right here, fix my indentation, and the image source is going to be dino.png. I can get away with that because it's in the exact folder that I'm using at the moment, dino.png, so I don't need to put a path in front of it. However, this won't work as it is. It can't find that image. What you have to do is if you go to Python Arcade, there's examples where they've got these two lines, file path equals OS, whatever. They do stuff that magically makes it able to find that file in the same folder that you're in. Annoyingly, I'm going to get the line numbers here, but whatever. And you only need those once, you need those right at the start of your init, and then it will just work. Let's fix those line numbers. Like that. And this is using OS, so I actually need to import OS as well, which presumably is operating system, I don't know. So that will make it so that this can now find, where are we? For dino and dino list, it will actually find dino.png, and I can say self.dino equals arcade.sprite that, self.dino, self.dino. In fact, I don't need to do self.dino for all of these. Dino list.append self.dino, because I'm making a new dino each time. Don't need that line. Is that going to work? Oh yeah, actually here's the thing. I don't want it to be 500, 300 each time. That's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is I'm going to grab from the imported sprite its position. So dino.center X and dino.center Y. So that's going to be those positions from this one, and then that's being appended into here. Do we think that will work? Let's just make ourselves a dino list. So Control C, Control V, self.dino list, and we need to draw our dino list, don't we? So where's draw? If I scroll past it, yeah. self.dynolist.draw. So in theory, but when does anything ever work first time? In theory, this will show me a bunch of dinosaurs at the exact positions of those torches that I put into tiled. What do we think? Yay, it actually worked. First time. Okay, so quite a lot of steps, but none of them are incredibly hard, and it's all going to be in this video. Yay.